Using the list technique allows journalists to provide a lot of information in a very compact space. You want to use lists when you have a lot of information in a story, and the information is mostly of the same level or the same importance. Using a list technique will get your information out to the public in a quick and efficient way. So you want to set up a list near the middle or the end of the story. The list is going to be introduced by some kind of sentence that usually ends in a colon. For example, the president also stated, and then a colon, and then the list would follow like that. Or the city council approved the following, colon, and then you list what the city council approved. These items in the list should be 5 or fewer. You really don't want to add more to a list because that makes it too unwieldy, too few, and the list really doesn't have a whole lot of weight. So if you go anywhere between 3 and 5, you should be in good shape. Let's take a look at some lists and see how they work. This press release from the U.S. Census Bureau was released at the end of last year. If you look at the beginning of the press release, or the lead, it shows you which states gain the most population compared to other states. Later on in the release, toward the end, you'll notice that it says Other Highlights. And here's where they put the list together with 5 different items that give you a variety of information, not one more important than the other, but some hints and some examples of some other information that this census population report collected. This story about the U.S. budget for 2010 has a great deal of information in it. It starts with a typical summary lead, goes on and talks about a number of the different proposals that the president has made, and then later on in the story, more toward the end, it has among the winners in the budget and then a colon. And here it lists 3 different things that they wanted to highlight and pull out of the story. More funding for schools, funding for up to 1,000 airport body scanners, and a $4 billion increase in veterans programs. These are 3 areas that the reporter wanted to highlight and bring out in the story. You'll notice from these examples that the list technique can work in any number of stories. A summary lead, inverted pyramid, it can work with a delayed lead, it can work in any number of different kind of stories that you're going to write for this class and in the future.